Alright guys, here we go. Last region, Midwest. This will also include our Final Four, so this will be our longest video, more than likely. The Midwest is kind of a fun one as well. I'm going to go back really quick and count how many upsets I have so I don't go over or under. So there's one upset out of that region. 2, 3, 4. We have 5 right there, and 6. I need at least 2 more out of this. When I go back through it, I have 2 11 seeds. I have, which I like, I have 1 13 seed, which I like. I have, I said 2 11s. I have 2 10s, which I like. So I have 2 10s, 2 11s, 1 13. I have 1 12 seed, which I like. And right now my notes add up correctly. So let's move on to the Midwest. Do you have anything to say?
No, let's get into it.
All right, first game, Houston, SIUE. Give me Houston.
Houston.
Zaga, Georgia. A lot of people are choosing Georgia in this one. Don't fall for the trap. I think that is a very, very bad choice. Don't do it. Zaga.
Who the heck
It's just
picking
because
Georgia?
I've seen 3 people. Andy Katz had talked about it for a second. But I've seen a couple other YouTubers do it.
Very, very bad.
A lot of people are just saying, it's Georgia, they're coming out of the gauntlet. Don't do it. Gonzaga's too strong. All right, to stick in tone with my upsets, I have dogs around me, so sorry about the collars jingling. Clemson and McGhee is a little bit of a tough one for me. At first, I had a 15 seed and 14 seed upset because I got rid of the 15 seed upset. I think I will include another 12 seed upset right here with McNeese. Yes, Clemson's a good team. Yes, they beat Duke, but McNeese makes a powerful statement with almost beating Alabama and Mississippi State early this year, going 19-1 in the Southland. Yes, last year they were hyped up. A lot of people chose them. They disappointed. I'm gonna fall for it this year. I didn't choose them last year. I'm choosing them this year.
I'm not gonna fall for it. I think Clemson wins.
I'm falling for it, and he is not. Right here, a lot of people are very high on High Point. I'm not. I was at first, and then I thought about the roster that Purdue has, and I said, no thank you. It's definitely not as good as the rosters they had last year, but this game will be a high-scoring game. Don't get me wrong. Both defenses are absolutely atrocious, and both offenses are elite.
Yeah, but High Point doesn't have Braden Smith and Trey Coffin, so they're not gonna check them. Purdue wins.
Alrighty, and then we go into the 6-11. I think this is another good 6-11 choice that you could do, just because Illinois is very streaky, but at the same time, I have been very disappointed with Texas and Xavier over this year. Illinois is a team that can score 106 or they can score 46. You know, it's kind of just, they are very uneven when it comes into games. Give me Illinois in this first one, but I wouldn't be mad if someone chose the 11 seed right
here. Yeah, I think Xavier wins this play-in game, but I ultimately think Illinois moves on.
All right, moving on to the next game. So believe it or not, this is my 14 seed upset. Until I understand or see that Kentucky is good and healthy. I know that they have 2 guards out. One is out for the year. One is questionable as of right now. If that guard comes back, I'll probably switch this Montana game. Other than that, we have seen in the past years when a Sun Belt team is a 14 seed or higher, they play unbelievably well. We have seen upsets over and over again. The most notable almost upset from a 14 seed Sun Belt was last year with it wasn't last year. I think it was it was 2 years ago with Louisiana and Tennessee, where Louisiana played Tennessee unbelievably close. And just when the Sun Belt has that 14 seed, it feels like it's just bound to be an upset. And with Kentucky being streaky, as it is. Give me Troy.
It's good points, but I don't think Kentucky loses back-to-back years in the first round. I think they get it done. They do. They are missing 2 guards, but I think Kentucky has enough to get past the first round, but don't think they're getting past the second.
Now, I know I don't like where I have a 12 and 14. I mean, I wouldn't like seeing a 14 and 11 in the same game, but it's March. Upsets will happen. This looks terrible. This looks weird, but the stuff that looks terrible and weird is more prone to happen usually. So I kind of like it when I look at it. Then we move on to UCLA, Utah State. Utah State's just not strong enough for UCLA. UCLA hasn't had a really good season either. I think this could be you flip a coin and then you choose type game, but I'm gonna believe UCLA right here because I'm already at my 8 first-round upsets.
I just think UCLA, they have more talented guards, and they have Dylan Andrews and Sky Clark. I think they have enough talent to, offensively at least. I don't know how good of a defense Utah State is, but UCLA has good enough offense. I think they can move on in this game.
All right. Then we move on to the Tennessee Wofford. This is definitely not a 15 seed upset special. Wofford is kind of like that Lone Ranger that just absolutely took over the Southern Conference out of just nowhere. It was kind of weird. And there goes the Dogs. Sorry for background noise if it happens. I see Tennessee manhandling Wofford in this game. I think the spread is at like 18 and a half. I would take the over.
Yeah.
All right, then we move back up to the top. I want to pause on that game for a second. McNeese Purdue. The last time we saw a 12 seed make it to the Sweet 16, it was in 2019 and 2021 with Oregon State and Oregon, but those are strong 12 seeds. McNeese is not an Oregon or Oregon State. When it comes down to those years, if we're lining up with my 11 seeds, it matches decently well with 2021 in the Oregon State year where UCLA went to the Final Four, Syracuse went to the Sweet 16. I have mine going to Elite 8 and Sweet 16, correct? Yes, Sweet 16, so it doesn't match up a whole lot there. The last time we saw 2 12 seeds make the tournament, and one made it at least to the Sweet 16 was that Oregon year, and actually 3 12 seeds won. It was Liberty, Murray State, and Oregon. Liberty and Murray State lost in the second round. Over here I have Colorado State losing in the second round. McNeese over here is in the second round. But that 11 seed, there was only one. Once again, doesn't give me enough justification. I know history is hard to repeat itself in a bracket like this, but I don't know, something's telling me McNeese can't make the Sweet 16. It has been a while since we've seen a 12 seed in the Sweet 16, but I don't think McNeese is that team, especially with Purdue's roster talent.
Yeah, I'm not going against Purdue, not in this game. I don't think Clemson's that good of a team. I don't think they have anyone to check Braden Smith or Kaufman Wren either.
Alrighty, then we move on to, I'm not going to go up to the Houston Gonzaga yet. Illinois Troy, when we look at 14 seeds over the year, my bracket likes to really line up with the 2021. The only miss that I have is no 9 seed win and no 15 seed win. Abilene Christian was the 14 seed in 2021 that made it, not one for out of the 7 years, 2 have made it. Oakland and Abilene Christian, not one of them made it past the second round. It doesn't give me enough justification to say Troy can beat Illinois. Now don't get me wrong, Troy could definitely do it because Illinois, like we said, is that streaky team. They're up and down depending on the day, but their roster is too strong compared to Troy's.
Yeah, I have Kentucky in this one, but I like Illinois to beat Kentucky. They're dealing with injuries right now, and if Kasparas Jakubonis is hot, Illinois is going to win this game, and they'll probably put up 100 on them too. So.
Right here, UCLA, Tennessee. I've seen a lot of people choose UCLA just because Tennessee is also a streaky team. What I'm noticing throughout this Midwest bracket, there are a lot of streaky teams. They're either hot one day or they're cold another. Tennessee is definitely one of them, but I don't see them being cold against UCLA.
I could see how people are thinking UCLA just because I think they run a faster offense. I mean, and their guards are pretty solid. They got pretty good guards, and a big guy. He's like a stretch five, so he could pull Akpar out to the 3-point line and cause some problems there. I can see why they're thinking that, but I just think Tennessee's defense is too good, and I think they'll be able to contain it for the most part. But I think it'll be a close game. I think it'll be a close game.
For sure. Now we move on back up to the Houston Gonzaga. Oh, man. This one, every time I look at it, it gets tougher. I haven't been high on Gonzaga all year. Yes, they won the West Coast Conference Championship over St. Mary's. But look at their regular season. They were playing way too many mediocre teams way too close. Have they figured it out? Have they turned it on late? To me, it justifies a no. I don't think so. Give me Houston. Houston's a veteran roster, and it's about time they win it, but I don't have them winning it. I'll go ahead and say that.
Yep, I agree with Houston, but very tough draw getting Gonzaga, an 8 seed Gonzaga in the second round. Tough draw. But I think Houston's physical enough. They'll move on.
We move on to the Sweet 16 where we have Houston, Purdue, Illinois, Tennessee, which we both have it. We just both have different ways of getting there. I would love to see Purdue-Tennessee rematch like you say all the time, but it's fun. It's fun for both of us.
I think it's destined. Here's how I think Purdue can knock off Houston. If they come out, Braden Smith and Lawyer both hitting like 8 threes like they did.
But how often do they do that?
They've done it a few times this year. Against
any good teams? Like elite
against teams? Nebraska, who's a pretty good defensive team.
Decent.
But they kind of fell off. And then Rutgers, but Rutgers kind of trash. But
exactly. This Houston is not a Nebraska or Rutgers.
And
it doesn't give me enough.
And they did it against UCLA.
UCLA is just an okay team as well, in my opinion. It doesn't give me enough. Give me Houston.
Right. No. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Then right here, some of me is tempted actually to choose Illinois, but it's because both these teams are off and on. God, it really does depend on which Tennessee comes out, which Illinois comes out. I'm gonna go with Tennessee, and I think this might be my only 1-2 Elite Eight.
Yeah, I'll go Tennessee. But goodbye, Tennessee.
Goodbye, Tennessee. I love you. Goodbye.
Can we make a case to possibly see a Purdue-Tennessee rematch in the Elite Eight? Can we make a case?
The only case that I have is if Houston has a Texas Tech game.
Do we have time?
We're running 14 minutes, so we got time.
All right. Do you want to make a case first, or you want me to go?
I want to make a case for Tennessee beating Houston, but it won't happen. It won't happen, but just if there was a case to be made, Tennessee comes out in a type of... It was almost like a revenge factor against Florida when we played them at home. If we have a type of game like that, give me the Vols. But Houston would have to play a Texas Tech type deal game because Houston is unbelievably just full of veterans. I mean, so is Tennessee with Meshack, Lanier and Ziegler, but those three seniors right there alone doesn't give me enough to say we're an elite veteran team. When you look at Houston's roster, they have a couple sixth and possibly even seventh year seniors. They have quite a bit of maturity on that roster, so I can't see Tennessee winning against Houston. Purdue against Houston. I mean, either way, anytime that I say Houston's going to lose, it's got to be a Texas Tech type deal game, which they haven't had since Texas Tech. They kind of came out sloppy. They were turning the ball over everywhere. They were fouling almost every single play. It was a very sloppy game for Houston. Houston doesn't have sloppy games. Purdue, I've seen a couple. I've watched one or two where they get pretty freaking sloppy. Purdue has got to have an A-game level here. Brayden Smith he's got to drop at least 25 to 30 points in order for Purdue to win it. And I just think Houston's defense alone is too good. Now, something that I noticed when I watched Texas Tech when Houston lost, Texas Tech got those fast breaks on them. They got behind them quick. If you have a quick enough guy, Brayden Smith is quick, but I don't think he's quick enough compared to Toppin and Hawkins. If he can find a way to break the seam and hit a fast break, you do have a pretty good chance then. Other than that, I can't justify a real good reason behind Purdue winning.
Well, here's my case. Like you said, Houston, every game, they foul a whole lot. They get in foul trouble every single game I see. Their big guys are always in foul trouble. Every game. Roberts is always in foul trouble. Tugler is, I swear, dude's fouled out almost every single game. And their offense, they don't have the best set off. You know what I mean? Like, if they set up in half-court offense, it's not that good. They get all their points in transition from defense. You know what I mean? Purdue plays slow, and they play in the half court. Brayden Smith is going to get his assists, and Coffin Wren's going to get his touches. If Houston continues to foul and put Purdue at the line, all Purdue's got to do is hit their free throws, and they have to contain. I think they can contain the big guys because their big guys don't really score on their own. You know what I mean? Like Roberts and Tugler, they just get putbacks. They don't feed the ball inside to them and let them go to work. So they can't score by themselves. Unlike Coffin Wren, they give it to him and he goes to work. And if they foul him, Coffin Wren can finish through traffic. All he's got to do is hit his free throws. Now the only problem for Purdue is LJ Cryer. Who's guarding LJ Cryer? That's their problem.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I mean, this would be a low-scoring game, very low-scoring defensive game for sure. But if Purdue can get some threes off and hit them,
I don't know if you can justify a low defensive game because Purdue doesn't have that great of a defense.
No, their defense isn't that good, but. No, their defense is good. It's just inconsistent.
That's fair. Streaky.
It's inconsistent defense. But I think Houston not having that great of a set offense can help. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be a low defense scoring game. And the only way for Purdue to win is if they get to the line, hit their free throws, let Brayden Smith and Coffin Wren go to work. And all they got to do is contain LJ Cryer and get the big guys in foul trouble, which they usually do. They get to the line a lot. Coffin Wren gets to the line a lot. He just got his free throws. But if that happens, Purdue wins this game and we can see a Tennessee-Purdue rematch. But the way Purdue's been playing, they've been up and down. So I'm tempted. If that happens, I'm picking Purdue in this game.
Yeah, that's a very rare.
You know?
But
for now,
it's very rare.
I'll go Houston.
I'll go Houston. So when you look at these comparisons, the free throws are dead even at 73% for both teams. When you come to the offensive rebounds, unfortunately, Houston has more, and I think rebounds wins games a lot of the time. When we come to overall rebounds just per game, Houston beats y'all by about 4%. Just about. Other than that, points from turnovers, y'all don't get a lot of points from turnovers. They beat y'all by about 3 points. Other than that, I mean, there's not enough for me to say pretty much.
That's why I was just making the case, but I'm going Houston for now.
When I look back at my East bracket, I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing that I would change is this Kentucky-Troy when I figure out the injury report. Of course, we're going to have that revised edition. Then I would probably switch. Whoa, what just happened? If Kentucky is injured, this Montana game will change for me. I just see a 14 seed doing it. It's kind of weird to see 14 seed back to back. We've never seen it in the past 7 years. It's been 0-0-1, 0-0-1, or 0-0-0-1, 0-0-1. But I don't know. I kind of feel it this year. I like our 14 seeds a lot. And our 3 seeds are a little inconsistent, in my opinion. But do you have anything to say about yours? Do you like yours?
I don't mind it. I'll take it.
All right. Now we head to the Final Four, where mine, here we go, the big build-up. You're already on yours. I'm making mine a big build-up. If you've been watching this whole time, you already know what it is. There it is. Auburn, Texas Tech, St. Mary's, Houston. I know, weird 7 seed. You might be thinking, you're an absolute idiot. That's okay. When we look at past years coming down to the championship game, it's been mainly 1 seeds against each other. The last time there wasn't a 1 seed to win it was 2023 of UConn as a 4 seed. But that was UConn. And that was also a very weird year. 2023 was just a wacky year with tons of upsets. That not like tons, but just some that would, we weren't ready for. When it comes to champions over the past 7 years, we've seen 2 Midwests, we've seen 2 Souths, we've seen 2 Easts, and only 1 West. This gives me a justification to say there's going to be a West team to win it. Coming out of the West, we had Florida, we had St. John's, Texas Tech, and Maryland for your top 4 seeds. Obviously, I had a very chalky right here, Sweet 16. Elite 8 wasn't so chalky, but I mean, it's 3-4. But, I mean, these are all great teams. They got bunched up in a easy West region, and then when you get to the Sweet 16, they will definitely all butt heads right here. Because they're all so good, they're going to make it there, in my opinion. So, Texas Tech, they're coming out of the West, and the West needs another winner. So give me Texas Tech right there, right here. I'm sure the stuff. Yeah, it says Houston. I just don't see St. Mary's beating Houston. Houston's too good of a team. I think it's finally time that Houston gets there. They get to that championship game. They don't win it though. I'm sorry, give me Texas Tech. Give me the West winner that we have been needing for a minute. 76-71 is my final score.
I like Houston beating Duke. I really want to go St. John's here for some reason.
I don't know. I feel like Auburn's going to make that Final Four, and they're just going to choke it up.
I mean, regardless, I have Houston winning. That's my winner. But I'll go St. John's because no one likes Auburn. Okay, no one likes Auburn. So let's go St. John's. But Houston wins the national championship. And a defensive, low-scoring game. Another one. 69-60. No, I think Houston pulls away here. 69-57.
Ooh.
Low-scoring game.
Low scoring, but a crazy differential. I think we're happy. We're just going to have to figure out with the first 4 on those 11 seeds, and we will come back with a revised version. Well, let's look at that game. It's a late game for the 11 seed on that Thursday. Or, I mean, on that Wednesday, sorry. It does come, it's at 9:10. We will definitely have a video out before that. I don't think that 11 seed game, Texas Xavier, has a lot of implications on our picks. I say you could probably see on Wednesday a video. It'll be late at night. I got a couple things to do. It'll probably be, believe it or not, close to 10 or 11. But that way you'll wake up that Thursday morning and you will see our revised edits. That way you can revise yours before game time, if you like ours. Other than that, I think this is where we're going to end it. Do you have anything to say, McGhee?
All good.
All right.
Excited to see what happens.
It's March. It's crazy. My Final Four is definitely more crazy than yours, but I like it. We haven't really seen, yes, we saw UConn, a 4 seed, win the national championship 2 years ago. Other than that, it's a bunch of 1 seeds. Let's change the pattern and let's get some more non-1 seeds winning the championship. Let's do it. So, thank you all for watching. That was a edition of Chalked Up. We hope you made it all the way through all of ours. We understand if you just clicked on one of the regions because you have a little bit of a tougher time in that region and you wanted to see what our opinions were. But make sure to tune into the revised edit one. It won't be too long of a video because we could change a lot of our picks based off of that North Carolina game. So, thank y'all for tuning in, and we'll see ya.